This is a kind of walking tour of where our black box theater is. I'm on the 3rd floor of the GAB, the General Academic Building, and here's the door to our space. I'll walk you in there in a second. And then right across from the black box space is our offices, where we have all of our old show posters up. We also have some other space to advertise for upcoming shows. And then here is our theater space. So this space serves as a classroom space as well as a black box space. There's Dr. Ink. Say hello, Dr. Ink. Hello. Melissa Brown, and our wonderful black box assistant, Lydia Rios. And so this space seats 40 people max. Over the course of a year, we have 14 classes in this space, and the space is in use in pre-COVID times from 6 a.m. till well past midnight. So we have students rehearsing performances as well as all of the main stage productions here. The space can be moved around at will. So we've changed it and had multiple configurations in here, but even with multiple configurations, you're still maxed out at about 40 people for this space. One of the things that we still have is a drop ceiling. So we want to get rid of that. We're trying to procure money so that we can remove this drop ceiling and put in a larger grid. In terms of our lights right now, we have 8 fancy new LED lights, as well as the Key Lab lighting system. And so here's where we run our stuff. We also have projection in this space. And so, I don't know if you can see our projector, but the projector can also move around as well. In terms of storage, here is our prop closet. It is very much a closet. And so we have all of these props cataloged, inventoried, and available for shows. We also have multiple flats, as well as tables. You can see this is our tech closet. And so this is where we keep our sound system that we only pull out for shows, as well as other projections and recording devices back here. All the stuff to keep the space clean. We paint the space black by ourselves once a semester. And then we also have some old lights that we're not using anymore, as well as we still do have some light boards that we can plug in if we need to, but we've tried to move this to a digital lighting grid entirely. And so this is a short tour of our black box space. It is very small, but it is very dear and precious to us. We love it very much. I wanted to show you a little bit what the space looked like when we had just a really colorful general going on here, and give you a little bit about the history of the space. And so the Performance Studies Division, our program here at UNT, started in 1956 with Ted Colson, but we did not have a dedicated performance space until 2005. And so in 2005, we got this space. It was 2 classrooms, and we ripped out a wall, painted everything black, tore out the carpets, and got some risers. We've slowly but surely started to add tech to the space over the years. And then in 2015, when I assumed the managing director position in the black box, it gave us a space to have more concentrated seasons. And so we've done 55 productions total in the black box theater since it became available to us in 2005, but since 2018, we've had 35 of those productions. And so we usually have, in non-COVID times, about 6 productions per semester. And this includes guest artists, pop-up shows, showcases, as well as main stage shows. So this is a little bit what our space looks like, and we can't wait to see you here working in it. Thanks so much.
This is just a quick glimpse of our research space. This is where some of our graduate classes meet. This is also a good space for researchers to be able to have focus groups. We have the capacity to be able to Zoom people in for lectures, for other kinds of talks. And in the middle of classes, we also have a whiteboard to be able to work out those complex communication problems. In all, this class gets used primarily by graduate students, but sometimes by undergraduate researchers as well. Welcome to the space that we have for our teaching assistants. Often in non-COVID times, this is filled with teaching assistants meeting with our many students and doing their own work. We have space in here for about 20 desks. Typically we have between 16 and 20 teaching assistants who work in the department. just a great space for them to meet, to work, to collaborate, to have lunch every now and again, and enjoy being a teaching assistant. Welcome to the Communication Studies Library. In this space, we have room right now for about 4 people at a time. Typically, we have anywhere from 16 to 20 people who hang out inside of the Comm library. We have a space here for our librarian, and they're going to help you with all kinds of research and just helping to generally orient you to research. A dedicated copy machine and scanner that we use to be able to send people chapters or other sorts of research when they can't come into the library. And if you just look around, we also have a television. We have a PS3 station or gaming system here for people who are taking the gaming classes. And generally, this just becomes a really great space for students to work and to meet and to find the kind of research that they need for their communication studies classes. We have offices all throughout the 3rd floor of the GAB, showing off a number of our trophies for the Speech and Debate Union. Generally, this is a bustling place in non-COVID times. You can see we have Valentine's up that people have left for each other just to show their love and to remind us all that we're part of this group. We also have a general academic computing lab right here on the 3rd floor that's used by all majors in the department. We also have the space for the 1010 Basic Course Director, where they often have advocacy-oriented assignments going on as part of this course. If we walk in here, we'll be able to see where our 1010 student assistant typically is. She generally helps with the oversight of all of our teaching assistants and helps Dr. Karen Anderson-Lane in her job as the Basic Course Director. As you can see, we play a lot of games around here. We have a lot of files, and generally we try to support our teaching assistants in every way they could possibly need. Welcome to the Department of Communication Studies. This is our front office space where often we would have somebody working and meeting you and greeting you. Of course, in these COVID times, it's a little harder. Also, we're recording this on a Sunday, so this is where our front office person works. We also have our administrative assistant and coordinator who works here, again with the Valentine's love. And if we go down the hallway, you'll see the chair's office at the very end, in addition to a general workroom that has a refrigerator and places for all of our mail and a Xerox machine. Generally all the supplies that we would need to keep a department going, especially when we all get back to campus. A little kitchenette and all kinds of signage right now to make sure people are socially distancing in all the most important ways. We like to promote all of our different activities on campus. There's the gender fair for the past 15 gender fairs. Series of posters about international debate. We've hosted international debates, often with the British, sometimes with the Rwandan debate team and other international teams who've come to the United States. Debate-a-palooza every semester, bringing all of our critical thinkers together. Again, the office of the department chair, and an homage to the Pedagene Performance Festival. Thanks for visiting UNT.